welcome back. And like I promised in the AFC South predictions, this is the NFC South. Starting from the bottom of the division, fourth place is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to finish with a record of 4-12, 2-4 in the division. For the Bucs, it's pretty simple this year. Too young, too experienced, too hard of a schedule, and too hard of a division. All that equals to smashing of the young Bucs this year. It's really no fault of their own other than their own experience. They're pretty much going to be the doormats, and they're going to be lucky that they have those 4 wins. Finishing third in the division is going to be the Carolina Panthers. They're going to finish 5-11, 2-4. I know people are pretty shocked that I'm picking them that low in that win department area, but it's a combination of their schedule. They really don't have an offense that's that high powered. Plus the style and scheme that they use on offense and defense kind of work in the hands of the opponents that they have in their schedule. So all that really equates to the fact that they're not going to have a very successful schedule. It's going to be really inconsistent. So like I said, 5-11, 2-4, they're going to finish third in the division. Making the most strides in the offseason and gaining the most ground in this division is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to finish second in the division, 9-7 and overall, 3-3 in the division. After a horrendous 2013 in which Julio Jones got hurt and Matt Ryan just looked completely lost, they'll have a bounce back here in 2014. The NFC South is notorious for teams finishing last place and then next year flipping the script and finishing up top of the division. And the only question really is going to be, is 9 wins enough? I don't think so. As good as the NFC is going to be, I think the magic number this year for the playoffs is going to be 10. But I've been known to be wrong, so who knows, Falcon fans? You could still make a wild card push. Finishing first in the division is going to be the New Orleans Saints. They're going to finish with a record of 11-5, 5-1 in the division. The loss of Darren Sproles, yes, it will definitely hurt. But like the man he replaced in Reggie Bush before him, there's always someone on the bench, always someone that we didn't know about that's going to be to replace you in the Saints offense. Because as long as Sean Payton is there to coach and Drew Brees is there for quarterbacking, the offense is pretty much well in hand. Nothing to worry about. It's going to be taken care of. On the flip side, it's when the defense shows up in any given season is when the Saints make that Super Bowl run. This year might be one of those years because the defense has actually improved a little bit. So look for the defense and those rookies that they got to solidify that offense and defense, and they go 11-5, 5-1 division. They might make some noise in the first round. I don't know about after that though. Coach of the division, I think it's no shock here, Sean Payton. He's my coach of the division pretty much every year, and if you are disagreeing with me, all I have to do is point you to the year that he was suspended for the full year, and the Saints, their offense was a sham, their defense was hectic, they missed the playoffs, they were basically a caricature of themselves. So, I mean, unless you have an argument against that, pretty much Sean Payton's my coach of the division every time, hands down, twice on Sunday. The player of the divisions, and it's going to be a little more debatable here, I think it's going to be Julio Jones. I know Drew Brees, he's always going to be in contention the player of the year. But I mean, as we saw last year, the Falcons only had 4 wins, and that's because Matt Ryan looked completely lost in what he was doing. He didn't know where to throw it to. He was throwing picks left and right, and that's because Julio Jones was no longer in his offense. And to me, that means he is basically the most valuable player in the division, because if you took away Drew Brees, yeah, they would digress a lot, but they would still contend for a playoff because Sean Payton is just that good of a coach. So the newcomer of the division is going to be Brandon Cook of the Saints. He's the rookie that they drafted in the first round. And ladies and gentlemen, that is who is going to replace Darren Sproles in that offensive scheme. Him and a little bit of Kenny Stills. As you can see though, Cook's definitely taller, wider body. He's going to be more of a threat in that 20-yard line red zone area. Darren Sproles was a little bit smaller, he was shifty, but he could never really absorb that first hit, bounce off, and take the second hit. He always kind of went down after that first hit. Cook's a little bit bigger, he's going to be able to absorb those blows and move forward a little bit more, so it's going to be a lot better in the red zone. The defensive player of the division is going to be Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers. He is a beast, and this year, once again, he's going to show why he's considered one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Calm down, Niner fans, calm down. I know that Patrick Willis exists. I didn't say Kuechly was the best linebacker in the NFL. I said he was one of the considered to be the best. Come on, there's a difference. Don't get mad. Calm down, have some chips, have a Coke and a smile, relax. The offensive player of the division, to nobody's surprise once again, is Drew Brees. Now, I know, player of the division, offensive player of the division, Drew Brees, Julio Jones, you could flip-flop them any given year. This year, I think, because of the injury prior to Julio Jones is going to be more of the MVP. Drew Brees is just machine-like, almost, like Peyton Manning-like almost, I would say. He is the closest thing to a machine-like quarterback we have, not named Peyton Manning. And he's going to have another 5,000 yard season, another 30-plus touchdowns, a high quarterback rating. Like I said, 11 wins, to 5 losses. He's going to be a beast. He's going to reward a lot of fantasy players out there with his service. The rookie of the division comes from Tampa Bay. I know I said they're not going to have a good year, but Mike Evans, one of these days Mike Evans is going to be a Pro Bowler. He's going to be a perennial All-Pro. But for now, he's just going to have to be content with contending for the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's going to be a beast. He comes out of, I think it was Texas A&M. He was Johnny Manziel's favorite target. He's going to end up being Cade McCown's favorite target as well. Okay, that does it for the AFC South. This wraps up this week's edition of In the Ring with the Heckler. Remember to hit subscribe below. Leave me a comment also below. Next week, we're going to end this coast-to-coast preview with the AFC and the NFC West. So until next time, remember, you ain't got no game because I'm in your head.